Sometimes after a national crisis, a country pulls together behind its leaders. It's hard to believe now, but after 9/11, George W. Bush was literally at 90% approval in the Gallup poll. Well, here we are 3 weeks after Paris's version of 9/11, the Islamic State terrorist attack that killed or injured 500 Frenchmen. French President François Hollande made stirring speeches and said he'd hire more police, and he dispatched France's aircraft carrier to Syria. But in last night's regional elections in France, his Socialist Party came in third. Nicolas Sarkozy, the former president, came in second with his Republican Party. But the first place party overall that also won 6 out of 13 regions was the anti-terrorist party called Front National, led by Marine Le Pen. They're in dark blue here on that map. The party nearly tripled its vote from 11% to around 30% now. What I get a kick out of is that the mainstream media are calling Le Pen far right or extremist. How high a percentage of the vote does Le Pen have to get? And how low a percentage of the vote does Hollande have to get before the rules of plain language kick in and we acknowledge that Le Pen is a lot more normal than Hollande is? And that's the point here. Le Pen's success in Calais, that's the region of France right across the English Channel from the UK, it's telling. That's typically a socialist area. But Hollande has allowed tens of thousands of Muslim migrants to stream across Europe, all the way from Turkey and Greece through Germany to France, and many of them right to the edge of the English Channel there in Calais, where they wait in a squalid, crime-infested makeshift refugee camp called the Jungle while they try to get across into the UK, where there's even richer welfare to be had. Le Pen got more than 50% in Calais. That would be like Stephen Harper getting 50% in Montreal. I mean, the regular politicians would have had to screw something up pretty bad for that to happen, and they did. Even after the terrorist attacks in France, Hollande announced he was taking in tens of thousands more Muslim migrants. Why? So that his multicultural world, we're all the same, we can all get along worldview, a worldview of denial, insane denial after the Paris attacks, can be preserved? Marine Le Pen is called far right for wanting to stop immigration. But 10% of France is Muslim now. Le Pen doesn't want to empty it out. She's not a fascist. Is it really extreme to want to stop immigration before France is 20% Muslim or 50% Muslim? France is a Catholic country, a Western country, a country of the Enlightenment. How is it extreme to want to preserve that as opposed to import Eastern ideas, medieval ideas, Sharia ideas, bigoted ideas, violent ideas? Of course, it's not just immigration, it's France's distaste for the European Union and its economics. It's the European Union that has erased all the borders on the continent except for the English Channel, the one they couldn't erase. Last night's vote in France was a coming of age for the Front National. The presidential elections are in 2017, not far away. This is a stepping stone to that. If Hollande continues to blunder, and if Le Pen and her niece, who have skillfully led the party since taking it over from their eccentric father and grandfather, if they can demonstrate that they can do no worse and maybe do better than the blunderers and sellouts of the past, well, maybe they'll actually win the presidency, and maybe France will have a chance. For TheRebel.media, I'm Ezra Levant.